So just a few days ago, Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow got banned, which led to some players being kinda skeptical about the relevance of the deck now. In case you didn't know, Scarecrow is the Link 1 monster that allows the deck to explode reliably and consistently through hand traps. Without Scarecrow, obviously the deck is a little less consistent, less powerful, less resilient, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it sucks now. So today we will be analyzing the Super Heavy Samurai deck post-ban list in order to figure out how we can utilize it for optimal results. But of course, before this video starts, my man, you already know the drill. Friendly reminder to smash the like and subscribe button. Thank you very much, and now let's proceed. Alright, so I'll go straight to the point. Just before the ban list, we had 12 one-card starters, so 3 copies of Wagon, 3 copies of Bike, 3 copies of Wakoshi, as well as 3 copies of Soul Piercer. Well, without Scarecrow, we only have 9 one-card starters now because Soul Piercer is obviously no longer a one-card combo. Its annoying 1200 attack stat means that it can't be turned into an El Mirage, which is really frustrating. This is a considerable fall from grace because Soul Piercer actually used to be the best one-card starter, even allowing you to play through an Ash just with Soul Piercer alone. And because of the fact that Soul Piercer is now nowhere near how broken it used to be back then, unfortunately, Super Heavy Samurai players now have to reconsider their deck building. But even despite this nerf, Soul Piercer is still an extremely good card because it is still vital in your combo, and I want to say you can still play 3 copies of this card. The one issue though is that now if you draw, let's say, Soul Piercer and 4 hand traps, it's not like you can go full combo and 4 hand traps, so you can really just go set 1 monster pass. But then again, we still have 9 incredible one-card starters that can still allow you to put up a really big board. Whether we're talking about Wagon, Bike, or Wakoshi, we're actually looking at 5 interruptions with 1 single card, no discard, and no other cards needed whatsoever. And the beauty about this combo is that on top of having to rely on no other cards, you're also ending on full scales as well as a search for next turn, so you have a follow-up. Because the worst case scenario now is getting hit by a Sphere Mode and not being able to play, or let's say a Droll and Logbird, because yes, this deck still loses really hard to Droll. I want to say it actually loses much harder to Droll now. Before the ban list, we could actually turn any Super Heavy Samurai monster into the Scarecrow, and then revive back any Super Heavy Samurai monster, use the Soul Peacemaker in order to tribute it, and then special summon a monster from the deck, and that way, even if we get hit by Droll, we can at least end on Baguska. But now, of course, this is really rough, so you might have to reconsider how you want to defeat Droll and Logbird if people still choose to play this format. Alright, I think we've done a good job explaining the resilience issues the deck now has. I think we still have to touch on something else though. So the standard one-card combo, it's pretty cool because you can end on Appaloosa for 3, Regulus as well as Baron, but there is something that we're missing. We are missing the Infinite Track Tunneler's ability to recycle back 5 Earth Machines from our graveyard into the deck and draw 2 cards. So missing out on the 2 draws from Infinite Track Tunneler, I think I can live without, but missing out on the recyclability that it gives is actually kind of frustrating. And the reason I say that is because you can't really afford to search Infinite Track Tunneler in your one-card combo. You now have to search the weird level 1 Super Heavy Samurai Pendulum monster, because that would be the missing scale since the Wakoshi can't reliably be used as a synchro material really early on. Maybe if you draw like a combination of 2 or 3 cards, but as a one-card combo, it's pretty much impossible. And again, without the recycling aspect, it's going to be a little hard to keep up with your opponent in case your board gets picked apart, and that is, I want to say, a big issue that the deck now has. The one way to fix that is by playing more copies of your essential Super Heavy Samurai combo pieces, so maybe like an extra copy of Soul Peacemaker or 2, and then maybe an extra copy of Scales, an extra copy of Soul Gaia Booster. It depends on how you want to deck build. Again, if you hard draw one of your missing pieces in the Super Heavy Samurai combo, then you really don't have to care because you can still search the Infinite Track Tunneler and then use its graveyard effect right away, so it's all good in the hood. But like my grandmother always said, better be safe than sorry, and that's why you really have to deck build assuming the worst case scenario, meaning that you won't be able to reliably access your Infinite Track Tunneler. So to recap, what I'm saying in this video is, this deck is still very powerful and still has the ability to put up 5 interruptions 75% of the time with 1 single card. And even outside of that, you still have respectable 2-card combos that might bump up the consistency of this deck to around 85 or 90%. And this deck is still absolutely capable of playing upwards of 15 hand traps if you really want to. And also, if people start sleeping on Super Heavy Samurai and start dropping Droll, this deck can actually be really good at catching people off guard. Now, if I had one final piece of advice to give, it would be the following. Just because everybody's playing the exact same vanilla build doesn't mean you have to. Get creative, explore your options, test it as an engine, play some Machina cards, some Infinite Track cards, I don't even know. Hell, you can even splash a little Super Heavy Samurai Engine in your Sprite deck or Spriggan's deck. I believe that Konami's main intention by banning Scarecrow wasn't really to destroy the deck entirely, but rather prevent players from being giant monkeys by all playing the exact same build and getting a lot of success by putting a little bit of effort. Anyways, that's all I had for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.